what's up, cousins? Hey, what's up, cousins? Hey, what's up, cousins? It's your girl, Nunu, and we are on a set of Culture Reset with my co-hosts, Naji and Sage. Okay, where we find out the who, what, when, where, and why things happen in our culture today. So invite us out. We outside. We outside. Invite us out. You know, what you say? Did you say yes?
Yeah, it's a blessing, like, just to be able to, you know, do shit that you love to do. Like, this culture, right? Culture Reset. Like, this is what we fuck with. This is what we do, so.
Hey, what's up, cousins? It's your girl, Nunu, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Naji and Sage, and we are here at Culture Reset. Okay, where we find out the who, what, when, where, and why things happen in our culture today. I am here with special guest. I don't even know if I should call him a guest. Special family member, a big brother. Okay, Naji. Game changer of 2021. Okay, we gotta put that out there.
Man, big news. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's this queen shit right here. This queen's energy right here. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Game changer. We can start with that. For those that don't know, Naji is an A&R, the A&R. Okay. He has a dope show called the Cigar Talk. How many numbers is it on? Already hit millions. He was on billboards.
Yeah.
The billboard in Manhattan, everyone. Like, this is a big deal sitting right here.
Times Square.
Times Square.
I was eating shrimp and shit in the stand. Like, when I see it, like, I got a big one. Like,
Popping bottles in the middle of the street. This is
get
crazy.
ignorant when I see shit like that. Like,
How does it feel, Mr. Game Changer?
Man, you know what? It's a blessing, like, just to be able to, you know, do shit that you love to do. Like, this culture, right? Culture Reset. Like, this is what we fuck with. This is what we do. So, you know, I'm just grateful to be able to, you know, be in a position to talk to people, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, get paid from doing music. Like, it's just a blessing. So I feel good, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I love this culture, so I'm glad to be able to do this.
Well, speaking about getting paid to, you know, to do music or, you know, create people opportunities, what made you fall in love with music? Like, what was the first song that you heard or the first video that you seen that's it? That's what I want to do. That's what I want to find.
Yeah, you know what? That's a kind of loaded question, dope question. I think the first song that, like, I really was like, damn, this make me feel so good. It was Mace. Mace was the person that, like, I had the Harlem World CD. My cousin, he used to listen to rap, and I remember he had the Harlem World CD, and I stole it from him. I ain't tell him, like, I took it on the low, and I was just to bump it, and I remember, like, it was the super commercial record. And I heard that, and I was just like, damn, this shit just feels so good. Like, it just made me happy. So that was the first time I just, like, when I listened to Mace, it was just like, it just made me want to do my homework, listen to everything. You know what I mean? But as far as actually being in the business, shit, I had my friend, his name is 360, shout out 60, and I turned 21, and we went to Vegas, and we was driving, and I think I, like, played the instrumental, and he was rapping. I was like, nigga, you nice, bro. Like,
okay.
Oh shit. And I was like, yo, let's do something. And, you know, from there I was like, yo, let me manage you, bro. And I didn't know nothing about management, nothing, like, but I just knew my man was nice. And yeah, we started, and that was just like, you know, the beginning of everything, like joining, you know, really getting involved in the music business.
Is he still doing music?
Yeah, now no. So what happened was this was 2011, and so we kind of started, you know what I'm saying? Shit started, like, kind of moving. Like, Flex played a record. We went on tour with Nipsey, the Crenshaw tour. Rest in peace, Nip. Nip let us open up for him. So we was kind of, like, moving in the city a little bit. Yeah.
But how did you pull that?
You know what? Shout out to my guy B-Dot from Queens. B-Dot, that's my man from the barbershop.
Okay.
So 60, the rapper, he was a barber. So we all went to the same barbershop. It's a legendary barbershop called Headquarters in Queens. And J. Cole went there.
This is crazy.
Crazy.
Who are you? Hold on. Who are you? Go ahead.
It's Queens, you know what I'm saying? It's regular neighborhood shit. So, you know, we used to get a cut, and I remember seeing Cole in the shop. Like, Cole used to be giving out his mixtapes at the time. He went to St. John's. So the barbershop was, like, maybe up the block from St. John's. And, you know, 60 was just rapping in the neighborhood, and, you know, he was nice. So I was just like, yo, let's, you know, figure some shit out. So how we really started to get traction, like, just as a rapper, so he used to cut Cole's hair. He was Cole's barber. So we used to ask Cole, like, yo, nigga, give us a feature. Like, this is early Cole, right? This is, like, before the first album. This is, like, Friday Night Lights J. Cole, right?
Okay.
At this point. Yeah. So we just like, yo, bro, give us a feature. What's up? And he was like, yo, you know what? I can't give you a feature, but you know what? I'll make a beat for you. So we went to the studio, engine room, and he made a beat live, and we recorded it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he made a song to the beat, and then like MTV picked it up, all the little blogs picked it up, and that was like the first time we started like getting a little, you know, traction, like people started noticing it, and it was from Cole. So Cole gave us the little alley-oop making the beat.
That's
so shout out to
crazy.
Cole, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
That story is just crazy in itself because I see a lot of Queens guys with Cole. Like this guy I grew up with named Maddie. He's with him, but now it all makes sense. Like
right. So when he went to St. John's, that was like,
crazy.
you know, I used to play ball with, you know, Cole and his friend Mike. So I just knew them from the neighborhood, like, mind you. But like we saying Cole now, right? Like it's 2021,
right.
so we talk about Cole now. But like at this time, that's not the same J. Cole. You feel me? So you know, like I said, I just seen him around passing on the CDs. We played ball and different shit. And you know, once he started kind of going up, he showed us some love, and you know, just kind of snowballed from there.
So, but at that time, you didn't even realize that you was an A&R, like.
Now, you know, so it's crazy. You know what's the misconception? I'm actually, my title, I'm not an A&R, even though I do sign people, right? But I run the department at Sony the Orchard. So Sony Orchard is Sony's independent distribution platform. So we got, you know, huge artists like, you know, BTS, I do Joyner Lucas, G Herbo, you know what I mean? I signed Baby Keem, different things like that. But I didn't start off like an A&R. I started off doing sales. So sales is just like, you know, everything now. To really get on streaming is the way. Streaming is everything. Like, you ain't gonna win if you ain't streaming today. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that, and I was just like, damn, I gotta figure out how do I get in streaming? Because I just felt like this is the wave. This is what people need. This is what's gonna happen. So I started off in streaming. And basically my job is to like get people on playlists. You know what I'm saying? We see all the playlists like Rap Caviar, Most Necessary, all the playlists is happening. And you know, from there, like I was kind of doing that, and I had some success doing that. And I went to my boss. It was like my first week in the office, and the dude that was my boss, his name's Tim. And I was just like, yo, I got this kid named Baby Keem, and he's fucking fire. And as mind you, at this point, nobody knows who this is. He's nobody. He has maybe like 1,000 streams on SoundCloud. He has nothing.
I remember you saying on Twitter, yo, Baby Keem's gonna be it. I remember that coming like years ago.
Yeah. So, you know, I just went to him, and I just came to his office every day like, yo, this kid is gonna be something, sign this kid. And, you know, maybe about 2-3 weeks, he's like, all right, man, like, all right, just send me the records, let me see. And he heard the records, and fortunately, you know, he believed me. And, you know, so they signed them, and then, like, once shit kind of worked out the way it did, like, my first, you know, Keem's first album we put out with Platinum, you know what I'm saying? So from there, that's when it was just like, they let me kind of, you know, take control and do what I do.
Well, that's just interesting in itself because first it started out just you believing in your friend.
Yeah.
Then fast forward, just for new artists, because sometimes we do get caught up in numbers, and it's just like, you know, you're not getting enough views that you may like or likes, but all it takes is that one person to hear your music, because you said Baby Keem wasn't getting as much numbers that you felt that he should have got at the time. So when you reached out to him, like, what do you say to encourage someone, or just a new artist? What could you say to encourage a new artist to be like, look, you're hot.
Yeah.
I believe in you. And how did you sell the pitch to, but besides you saying, yo, he's hot, it has to be more than that.
Yeah. Good question. You know what? I think, so at the time, like, you know, like I said, I've been in this music shit for a while, but, so the 360 artist that I was telling you, he wanted to get locked up, right? And, so like I said, we started building up a little traction. He got locked up, so from there, I'm like, damn, I'm fucked up. I'm trying to feel like, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna maneuver. Like, I built up all these connects. And I mentioned B-Dot earlier. That was my man from Queens also, who went to the shop. Shout out to B-Dot and Elliot. They was running Rap Radar at the time. So, you know, from there, I was just like, damn, I gotta do something. So I was begging them every day, like, nigga, let me get on Rap Radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me do something. This is the blog era. It was crazy. You feel me? So at that time, like, people used to send me, they let me rock on the site, like posting blogs and shit. And people send me music all the time because it's one of the hottest rap blogs in the game. You feel me? So I used to get music all the time. And like 90% of it be trash. Like, I would give it a stat. Like 90% of shit I listen to be trash. But it'd be that 10% that you know, if you open to it and you really like listening, like, you're like, damn, somebody got something. So Keem's friend, it was his, one of Keem's friends sent me an email, and it was crazy because it was like, it was probably like 5 a.m. I'm smoking, I'm rolling up. It's mad late. I'm smoking. I just see an email, a poorly written email, like there's mad mistakes in it, like nothing. Like, this is crazy. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just listen to this shit. And I listened to it, And there was this one song on there, and I was like, yo, this shit is just so addicting. Like, I cannot stop listening to this record. So I just reached out to him, and I was like, yo, I don't know if you know, but this shit is so hard, my nigga. Like, this record is crazy. And he was just like, yo, thank you, man, da-da-da. So to answer your question, I mean, I just kept encouraging him, like, yo, you got it, bro. Don't worry about what nobody say. Don't worry about no numbers. Like, to me, I'm a believer, like, numbers is going to catch up to what people fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just got to get in tune with it and know that it's there, and the numbers is going to come after that. So me, my personal, like, when I sign artists, I don't say I don't care about numbers because it, you know, it means something, but, like, that's not what makes me sign somebody because they got numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I hear something and it make me feel, that's what make me, like, want to really fuck with you. It's like, I just felt something when I heard that, and I'm just like, yo, you got it. So I just kept telling everybody around Sage, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody I knew that was in position, I just kept telling, like, yo, this kid got it. And it wasn't until, like I said, somebody in position believed me and took a chance. You know what I mean? And that's really what it was. But I was just the nigga to just say, like, listen, this kid got it. If you don't sign him, you stupid. I'm telling you. And,
But how many songs would you say that you feel before you know, reach out to your connections? How many songs do you have to be like, all right, yeah, he has it?
Yeah.
It can't always, you know.
Just be one? Yeah.
Sometimes you have a lot of one-hit wonders, you know.
Yeah.
How many? Like, just a rough estimate. 3, 5?
I would say, like, if I hit, like, a solid 3, and it's just really, like, it just showed me that it's not just a one-off, like, you could do this, that's when I'm just like, yo. You know, because every artist is not an artist where, like, and that's what's fucked up about the game today is, like, niggas just expect you to come and just drop hits, right? Like, some people need, you need development. Like, these are kids that's just in their room making shit by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I see something there, like, a talent that I could cultivate, you know, that's when I'm like, yo, if you got like 3 joints and I'm like, damn, you know what, there's something really there, then I'm just like, you know, I don't really care about the numbers. Let's work. The numbers gonna come later.
Well, dope, because speaking of development, 50 Cent actually said on your show,
Man.
Cigar Talk,
Yeah.
he actually said about artist development, like things he spoke on that, like,
Yeah.
how did it feel to speak to 50 Cent? Like,
Yo, come on, I'm from Queens. That was crazy.
like, being from Queens, that's the, like,
come on,
he
that's
don't speak
fifth.
to everybody, neither.
Yo, that's fifth. Like, it was surreal for real. It was surreal because, like, you understand, like, I cut school in 9th grade to go to the Ave to buy Get Rich or Die Trying. You feel me? Like, this is a nigga that we looked up to, like, yo, this is fifth. So, you know, I met him, and, you know, I'm from Queens, so, you know, we had friends in common, you know niggas in the street that know him, you know what I'm saying? So, long time coming, but he showed me some love. He's just like, you know, I see what you're doing with this show, whatever, like, I'll come fuck with it. So, you know, I get the call, it was like, yo, Fifth said he'll do it, but you gotta come right now.
No problem.
Like, I stopped
On the
everything
way.
I'm doing. Yeah, I'm like, phone cut off. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Right.
We're going to see 50.
He said, I'm putting on my G-Unit sneakers right now.
I had the vest on. I like, Fifth, what up? Nah, I said, nah, but you know what I mean? We went up there, and I went to his office, and he had an office in Jersey. He was like, yo, just come to the office. We could do it there. So, you know, I started talking to him, and it was crazy because before we actually started the interview, how I knew it was going to be lit, me and Fifth was talking probably like for like a good half hour before we even recorded. We was just talking, and then like that's when I knew he was fucking with me because, you know, Fifth was a street nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he a real street nigga for real. So once I started telling him like, yo, you know, my man, you know, on some street shit, he like, oh, that shit, what you know? Oh. So then I knew, I was like, oh, it's love, you know what I mean? So, you know, he just showed me a lot of love, and he been really supporting ever since, man. So Fifth is a guy, like, if he spots some talent in you, he gonna invest in you. You know what I'm saying? The same, and I gotta shout him out for this, the BMF show, Lil Meech, you know what I'm saying? Meech ain't no actor, right? Like, that's Big Meech's son. But Fifth seen it in him, and he put him before, you know, BMF just came out this year. He put Lil Meech in acting 2 years ago because he seen the vision, like, yo, you got something. You
That's
act.
crazy.
So Fifth is a nigga that, like, if he see a vision in you, he gonna invest in you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he must have seen something, you know what I mean? And he showed me a lot of love, man. So shout out to Fifth.
Was he your dream Cigar Talk guest?
One of them, yeah.
One
like,
of them?
that's, man.
Who's another? I gotta get this before this is done.
I gotta get it. This, I mean, it sounds super big and crazy, but Hov.
Oh,
Yeah. I still got a couple years before we can get that. You know what I'm saying?
So you taking the dinner with Hov or the what is it?
the five-
Oh, that's a good. Yeah.
What you taking?
Everybody.
I gotta ask you that while you're here.
You know, all right, for me personally, and this is just me. This is not everybody, but me personally, I'm gonna take the dinner. And I say that just because one, you know, not on some rich nigga shit, but I'm doing alright. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing alright. So like to get 500,000, like that's gonna make you move. You can move, but I'm like, if I could really talk to Hov and like a stock tip from Hov, you gonna make way more than 500,000. I'm telling you, if he give you some insider trading, what? You know what I'm saying? So for me, just in the position I'm in and being in music, I would just rather, I think the relationship is more beneficial for me in my position than, you know, we're gonna make 500. We're gonna make that. So, you know.
What you gonna try to work with them too?
I don't know what I'm gonna try to do. I'm just trying to get, to me, this whole business is just relationship. You just gotta get some people to fuck with you. That's true. That's really it.
That's true too. And that's what I say sometimes. It's, I mean, as a female, you have two options and to get on. For you, for me, I feel like it's gonna take you longer because you want to move with respect and dignity, or you have to attach yourself to someone, and it's just like that's like 15 minutes. You get what I'm saying? So.
Right.
You know, thank God you had great relationships.
You got great relationships too. Drake showing you a lot
have.
of love. Drake showing you a lot of love.
Shout out to Drake. You got the Drake can do in position right now.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna have to pay for that promo right there. You heard? Okay? But like just to go back to the Cole, like it just shows like his character. You get what I'm saying? Like now for me, like, you know, it's not like how you hear music. Like if I meet someone or gain a relationship with them, I can hear their music differently. Or I know Beyonce said, well, why do you have to have people in your personal life to like the music? So that's not for everyone. But, you know, now it's just like you want to feel some type of attachment to them. Because I know you want Hov, but like a Nicki Minaj interview.
Yo, first of all,
crazy. We did that before you.
No, hold on, time out. I owe you a lot because I interviewed Nicki. And it's really because of you, right? For real.
Definitely was on Queen's Radio.
If you want to keep it a stack, it was because of you. Like, you remember that time we linked up and Nicki was doing the turkey drive. And then we was talking, I was like, yo, we should just pull up. Nicki over here in the hood, like, let's go pull up and show her some love.
Wait, Coach Reese got stories. That's actually the first time I met you.
That was the first time we met. And,
he wrote me like, yo, Nicki's going to be in Queens giving out turkeys. I'm like, hopping in the cab right now. I'm on my way. Like, and we went out there. I was like, yo, how we gonna get through? He was like, we're media. We're getting through. So we happened to go, and it was people on the line that they knew who I was, like from battle rap. So they all like waving. So it looked like we was somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like
we pulled up. They like, who are you? Everybody's like, no, oh my God. And they was like, you know who we are. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying?
And got tall as shit. Tall people always look famous.
Let us through. Like, what was that experience like being in? You was in Queen Radio, the headquarters. I know she had it all dolled up. Like the goons was in there because Nicki is outside.
The Nicki interview was one of my hardest interviews because like the interview game for me is like. One is like you said, I went to Queen Radio. My show is Cigar Talk, so like I do it in my spot, my vibe, my energy. So this is like, you know, the NBA, this is an away game. You feel me? Like I'm not in my territory. So we in LA, same type of vibe as Fifth. I think when you get big stars, they just tell you come now. Like, yo, come now. So Nicki, she called me actually. We actually spoke on the phone. She called me and she was like,
hold on, this won't be right because the Barbers is gonna watch.
Yeah.
When she called you, like, did she say hello or what's good? Like we need details.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like?
You know what's the craziest shit? You know on an iPhone when it's like, if you don't have a number saved, but sometimes it'd be like maybe, and then it says the person's name. It was like maybe Onika. I was like, what the what? I was like, this is crazy. Like this
is tweaking.
You feel me? I'm like, Steve Jobs is tripping right now. This ain't Nicki. And I picked up, and she was just like, yo. But Nicki has such a distinct voice that is like, you know it's her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, yo. I was like, what's up? And, you know, she was just like, you know, I told you we could do the interview. If you want to do it, she was like, I know you're in LA. If you want to do it, come to Queen Radio. I'm going to be there. I was already at Apple. It was an event. I was doing some shit at Apple, like, just for my job. And she was like, yo, I'm going to be there in about an hour. If you want to do it, we could do it on Queen Radio. I was like, what you mean if? Like, Nicki, I'm here. I was spending the night here. What you mean? Like, so she like, all right, bet. I'm going to be there. So, you know, like I said, we just talking. And So we get into the room. Now mind you, like I said, it's Apple, so like the Apple offices is weird, right? It's super professional, corporate, mad securities with the little thing in their head, like excuse me, get these niggas out of there. You know what I mean? Them type of dudes up in there.
Presidential.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's that type of energy. So it was a whole event and they kicked everybody out. And they was trying to kick me out. I'm like, yo, excuse me, I'm with Nikki, my nigga. Excuse me, I'm in here tonight. You know what I mean? So I was chilling in there. You know, she pulled up with her people. Now, mind you, like, you know, Nikki man, like, you know, he a street nigga for Queens too. So like, he there with all the goons. Like, it's probably like 20 niggas up in there just. They all
you hoping you know one of
them.
them.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew Big B's. You know what I mean? Shout out to Big B's. I see Big B's in there. You know what I mean? And, you know, it was just kind of like, I just feel like they was giving me the vibe, like, cause we ain't know each other, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. I don't know them, so you know, the energy was just like, who is this nigga? Like, don't do that crazy, you know what I mean? So, you know, but I respected it, like, you know what I mean? I get the position. So when we came and, you know, Nikki started the show, she's doing what she do, and then she was just like, yo, come on, like, let's go, let's do it. And the crazy shit, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of nervous at first, right? Like, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, damn, like, this is such a big moment. It's Nikki, it's live. It's not even like a recording, like, you know how we do, like, it's video record, you can edit it. I'm like, this is live. So, and the other thing is in Apple, they got this big ass TV where they putting all the tweets up. So I'm looking at all the tweets that's happening in real time. And the people, who is this nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, like, I gotta go crazy. Like, it's my moment.
You better ask the right questions.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm trying to warm it up. Now, mind you, like I said, me and Nikki, we spoke a few times, but we don't know each other like that at this time. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know each other, you know, so I'm just trying to feel her energy and see what's going on. So we start, you know, we talking, and I would say the interview was probably like maybe 30 minutes. In the first 10 minutes, it was like, it was cool, but it felt a little dry, right? And I'm just like, something in me, when it was happening, I'm looking at the board and I was like, yo, nigga, if you gonna go up, you better turn this motherfucker up. And I don't know, I just started kind of turning up. Like, I just had a conversation with myself, like, yo, nigga, you gotta turn the interview up. And I remember, like, I asked her about the Miley Cyrus shit. This is when Miley Cyrus said something on the record, like, I like Cardi over Nicki, something. And I asked about the Miley Cyrus, and that's when she went crazy, like, Purdue chicken? Like, Purdue chicken? Talking about me? And that's when I was sitting here, and I'm looking at the tweets, everybody like, yeah! I was like, yes, we win. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't just a clout chaser moment, but, like, we talked about a lot of real shit in that interview, like, from, you know, her Grammys. Like, she got snubbed by the Grammys.
Definitely,
you know what I mean? Because of different political shit. We talked about that. So, you know, it was a lot that kind of went on, but you know, Nikki, she's solid, man. She from Queens and she ain't have to do that. You know what I mean? So thank you. You know, shout out to Nikki. Always, I'm gonna hold you down. You know that. Shout out to the Bobs. But yeah, crazy times, man. Crazy times.
But to go into Queen Radio and be as nervous as you are, you already have a big show. Like, Cigar Talk is a big thing. Like, the type of celebrities that you have on that show is crazy. Like, how did you get your start with that? Like, how did you say, you know what? Yeah, I want to grab a cigar. Yeah. I need to talk to a few people. Yeah,
you know what? So what made me think of the actual idea, I was at Made in America one year, and I was backstage. Now, I used to like fake intern for Rock Nation back in the day. Like, I met OG Juan, and he invited me to the office, and I never left. Like, I came to the office every single fucking day. Like, yo, give me a job.
That's like the Wayno, shout out to Wayno. That's like the Wayno story with, who was he with all the time? Was it,
he was with the rock dudes too. Wayno.
Well, he was with
Wayno history, man.
That's what happened. He never left. I think he said something like that.
That's what I did. Like, I was like, yo, you invite me once somewhere, I'm gonna come every day until we figure this out. So I used to really come up to the Rock Nation office every day.
What time?
It's 9 a.m. man. I'm there before everybody. I was acting like I work here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a job. So, you know, at this point, like I said, is the main thing about the industry and anybody who's watching, if you're really trying to get in, you gotta grind and bust your ass to get in.
Right.
This is a field where there's not that many people in here and thousands of people trying to get in. So I was like, I was willing to do anything I could just to, you know, get in, like actually be in. So like I said, once I met Juan on some, you know, on some shit, and when he invited me, I never came back. So long story short, Made in America, it's probably like 2014, something like that. We backstage, and you know, all them guys, all the rich niggas, they smoke cigars. You know what I'm saying? That's their thing. So it was this dude at the time working at Rap. Yeah, it was dude. His name is Brian Axelrod, and he had cigars. And I remember we was having a conversation. So it was me, Axelrod, Juan, CC Sabathia, Leonardo DiCaprio. It was mad, just crazy, random ass celebrities, and we all just sitting there smoking cigars, and like the vibe was so bossed up. Like it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just felt, and I just remembered that energy, and I was like, damn. If people could feel this energy that I feel right now, it's gonna be crazy.
You said Leonardo DiCaprio.
Facts.
You know what? He tried to really slide that in there. Like,
but it was so random though. Like it's just like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just mad random ass celebrities just in the back smoking cigars, and I always remembered that. So when I got in position at Rap Radar, and Ellie and B-Dot, you know, they was doing their thing with the interviews already, so it's kind of like, yo, you know, you here, but, you know, you got to do your own thing. We doing what we do, you got to do your own thing. So I was like, cool. So at the time, I was like, all right. I was trying to, it's why I started the show is I was trying to get in the label doors, right? I spent 2 years, every fucking day, every label job that came up, I applied. And I was lying on my resume too. I'm like, I went to Harvard.
Not Harvard.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying mad shit. Like, I'm trying to get I was applying for VP jobs, coordinator jobs. Every job that came up, I applied. I was lying on my resume. I didn't care. I'm like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get in this bitch. So, at the point, I never got no callbacks. Like, no callback. I got one callback from Atlantic Records. And I didn't get that job. And I thought I killed it. So I'm like, damn, how the fuck? Like, this shit is crazy. I can't get nobody calling me. So I was like, yo, I gotta do something so that people understand, like, I can make shit happen. I know people. I knew niggas in the gang. I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying? I'm outside, like, I'm in the street. So, like, I already knew a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, in the industry. And I just know that I was like, yo, if I had a visual representation of the shit that I could do or the people that I know, the label's gonna have to fuck with me. So I really started Cigar Talk just so I could get in the record label. That's the reason I started it. So shout out to Sage, my guy right here. You know what I'm saying? A mutual friend connected us, and I just told him like, yo, I got this idea for a show, and you know, I never did nothing like this before, but I was like, yo, you know, I feel like this shit could start moving. Like, let's go. And he was just like, yo, fuck it, let's go. And the Henny Palooza. Remember Henny Palooza was hot in the city. That was like Henny Palooza was the thing. And that was the first guest. Kazim, Low Key, and Cam. And Sage shot that for me, and that was just the beginning.
To Sage.
Yeah. That was really my start.
I remember being like, yo, I'm in a room with some important people right now, not knowing 2 weeks later we'll be with like wide platform. I mean, just like going up from there, like.
Because I already knew people, and I was just like, I know if I start something and that people could see and know like you doing this consistently, and I see what you doing, they gonna fuck people. That's the thing about this shit. Nobody can ignore consistency.
Right.
Can't.
That's true.
You can't. If I'm in your face every day, you cannot ignore me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was my goal. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get people so, you know, people could see what's going on, and you know, just kind of snowballs into what it is.
Where was the headquarters for that? Because when you have people coming into the game and they want to do interviews, you know, sometimes money is not in everyone's favor. You have to, like, I'm blessed to have a shop. So I can shoot inside my shop, and we gonna make it look like what it needs to look like. Okay. So, where did you shoot? Like, did you have to pay?
Nah, you know what? First of all, I would say that your setup is way doper than my first episode. Like, my first episode was nothing like this.
We got to flash the first episode on screen.
It was me and Sage trying to figure it out there. Like, so you're already ahead of the game right now. I want you to know that. But he owns a big studio downtown called Engine Room Audio. And, you know, he let us shoot down there. That was my man. So I'm like, yo, bro, I got an idea. And that's what I did. You know, I just reached out to my friends. Like, the people I knew that was like, you know, could really gonna hold you down. Like, that's what you needed your friends, like, that hold you down. You know what I mean? So I just reached out to my friends like, yo, this, you know, I got an idea and, you know, fuck with me. And, you know, everybody supported me.
You see, and that's why sometimes you got to spend more time networking with your friends versus gossiping. Like, I want people to learn that from this as well, because every successful moment you have had was either one of your friends believing in you or you believing in your friends.
Real talk.
Like, I have a friend, Beauty by Day. I was like, yeah, I want to start shooting podcasts. Like, I really want to do interviews. And she was just like, anytime you need me, I'll do your hair. Like, this is 300 to 600,000. You know, like
Right.
it's a.
For real.
You know, so
you need that.
you
Though.
need that.
Little plug. What's her Instagram name?
Oh yeah, Beauty by Day.
All right, by
Okay.
day.
All right.
Day.
You know what I mean? You need friends. That's what I say. I got Nunu, my friend. I need, you know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
even
I
Naji,
got
I
my
was
teeth
like,
white
Naji.
too. How my shit look? I look good. I can't tell.
I even
My
was
shit-
like, Naji, I want to do this. If I'm consistent with you, can I be on the team? Like he was like, yeah, you got to be consistent. So you can't be asking your people for favors or anything and just think they're gonna give it to you. So
Right.
I like each of your moments being attached to you believing in someone or someone believing in you, because the money is not there right away.
Not that at all.
Like sometimes people don't realize that neither. Like
Yeah, people gotta understand, like, I've been doing this music shit, I'll say probably since 2011, 2012 is when I really started, like, all right, I'm about to try to do music for real. I just started making real money probably like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just started, like, making money, like, all right, we comfortable now. You know what I'm saying? Not comfortable, because it's a long way to go, like, be clear. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it took me, like, at least 8-9 years before it was, like, I started really seeing some paper. So, but I know, like I said, is if you see the vision, the paper, that's gonna come. Like, I don't worry about the paper is just a result of the work that you're doing. Like, people gonna pay for good work.
Yeah.
That's in every arena, whether it's content, the street shit, like, people pay for good work. You know what I'm saying? So I just know, like, I was like, yo, I just need to come and put out some good work, and, you know, the money is gonna come.
because
So-
all
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
all it takes is your first, not even your first interview. It takes that one interview to hit 1 million views or some shit like that.
Man.
And then they spin the block back
Facts.
on your first, your second interview. So it's like, don't get discouraged.
Big
Like
facts.
when you, what's your highest view?
The highest view was
You don't even know at this point.
Nah, I know. It was a shout out to my guy. He's still locked up. Treyway Shoddy. I did the interview from jail.
Yeah.
That was my highest. That's like almost 3 million views. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, you know, that was probably my highest one. That was a crazy moment. But like, you're right. Like, when you never know, especially with content. Like, you just gotta put it out and just see what happens. You can't predict it. Like, obviously, if you get a Nicki, you know it's gonna do something, right? But it's like, you just gotta really be consistent with the content, and the people choose. That's the thing about it. Like, you can't force shit. It's like, you just do it, you put it out, and the people decide if they like it or not. That's,
Right.
So what do you think it is specifically about Cigar Talk that makes it like, because it is like one of the, if not like the premier like interview platforms as far as content goes. So what is it about Cigar Talk, do you think, that sets you aside from all the rest of the interview platforms out there?
Man, that's a good question. I think the vibe, man. I try to curate a vibe to where, because like a good conversation is about energy, right?
Right.
Like, it's just about energy. And I look at least for me in the interview, because when I started Cigar Talk 2, it's a one-on-one series. At the time, everybody that had a podcast had a co-host. It was 2-3 I was the only nigga at that time doing one-on-one, right? At that particular time. So one is I tried to make it as different as I can. So I was like, everybody doing a co-host, I'm not doing that. I'm going one-on-one. I was like, you know, niggas putting their drinks in their shit, I'm gonna put cigars in my shit. I just tried to do something that was like, whatever they doing, I'm gonna do this. That's nothing like what everybody else is doing. And then the second thing I would just say is just like, you know, with an interview and a conversation, it's like a date. It feels like a date to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm sitting with an artist and we're talking, and like, they know I want a viral moment, right? Like, we both know what it is, right? Like it's like a date. Like, you know why we here. Like, you know what I want. But it's like, if you too thirsty, I'm not giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you too thirsty. You ain't getting this. You ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it feels like in an interview, where it's just like, you got to toe the lines of just being authentic, right? Like, being yourself and having a good conversation. And that's how it was with Fifth. You know, like, Fifth's people, they hit me like, don't talk about no beef shit. If you talk about beef, it's over. And I'm thinking like, because you know, Fifth is a beef nigga. This is what he do. And this is right when French and him was they was going that. So I'm like, how am I do an interview with 50 without no beef? Right. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was just a vibe that was just like, yo, you know what I mean? I wasn't pressing for a clout chasing moment, and he gave it to me anyway. Because it's just like, once you feel comfortable with somebody,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, like, it's cool, it's love. They could feel like, because that's what media's become today to me, is like, you know, niggas just clout chasing. Everybody just thirsty for the moment, thirsty for this. And I just feel like artists feel that. They read into that. So, you know, for me, my style is just like, yo, you know, let's have a real good conversation. Let's talk about your music, right? That's why you're here. Let's actually talk about the music. And I think when you do all of that and they realize like, yo, this person ain't out to get me or trap me to say something, then I feel like the content just runs smooth.
Yeah.
But even with interviewing, so you're blessed to have connections that lead to other connections and more connections. But with social media being so impactful, everyone can go live from their phone.
Yeah.
So having a show based around guests, you know what I'm saying, is you having a conversation with someone. Like how does it ever get discouraging at some point? Because I can go live. Like it's not the same. Like
yeah. You know what? There's a lot of things like in this game. Like if you ever reach any level of success in this music shit, you're gonna get discouraged. It's inevitable. It's inevitable because it's that hard, right? It gets that hard to get in a position. So I don't worry about discouragement in a sense because like it's fleeting. It's a feeling that you feel in the moment. Like, you know, I'd be discouraged for a week or two because I'm like, damn, I was trying to call this guest and he flicked on me.
Right.
This didn't happen. That didn't happen. But I'm like, yo, just keep going.
Yeah.
That's all. That's literally the fuck. Like, and nobody likes to hear it because it's cliche. It's very cliche. It sounds lame. Keep going. That's literally all I did was keep. Every time something bad happened or this fucked up or this, it's like, damn. I get sad. I get mad. I get angry. Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like that. That's like the marathon continues.
Marathon back. Shout out to Nip, man.
So we you know we just touched base on you doing interviews but how do you the $1 million question? You know, because now people know I know people. They're gonna be sending me their music.
Big no.
How do you go about picking the artist you want? Besides the sound, you get what I'm saying? But you'll have, like we spoke briefly on Nikki, you'll have a lot of females in the game. Like, how do you be like, okay, that's the one that's different? Like, what could be the do's and don'ts for artists? Or you feel like you don't want to tell nobody what a don't is because they're going to do whatever. But for you, what is a do and don't? Like, if you do that, I'm probably not looking to sign you. If you do this, you might get my attention.
That's a good question. I think my dues is creativity. I look for people that do them. And I think it's so hard in this game because, you know, because of social media, like you said, we're able to see people and what they did and then be like, damn, that worked, so I'm going to just do this. Cause I see that worked. That's not my vibe. Like, I just go for people that, like, you doing what you do. Like, this is just, I feel like it's authentic to you. And it's dope. That's really all I go for. Like, if it's authentic to you and it's dope, I just hear it, I don't know. I just hear music in a certain way that I could see a vision from. I think that's one of my gifts. Like, everybody got gifts. Everybody got their own specific gifts. I feel like one of mine is I could see some shit. Because it's not easy to, like, see something when it's not hot, when it's zero.
Yeah.
Like, and then see something and be like, everybody's going to fuck with this. That's not an easy thing to do. But I think I'm able to kind of see things, at a ground level where I'm like, damn, okay, I could see this at a wider scale and, like, how to get there.
So originality with music is very important. Do you also look at the visual aspect? Do you go and check out their videos? Because, every video these days is a whole bunch of guns, everybody jumping in there.
Yeah.
So do you care about that, or you feel like that's something that you don't know budget, so it's something that you could work with?
Nah, I definitely care about that. But to me, the videos is a part of originality. Like I said, is like, when Chief Keef did that first video, right, I'm in the crib with my ankle monitor and mad guns and mad niggas with no shirts. We didn't see that before, right? That was the first time we seen that. So it was original. And everybody started kind of copying it because it worked.
Right.
So, but for me, it's like the visuals are just an extension of, who you are creatively and what how you see your vision. So that's another do for me is like, I like artists that see a vision for themselves. Like I want to help your vision. I don't want to create a vision for you. I can't do that for you. You know what I'm saying? That's not my job. My job is to help what you see, like your artistry and how you view it. I just want to help you put that together. You know what I mean? So I think absolutely the videos is a large part of what I look at in terms of just creativity and artists like being themselves.
That's like Bobby Smurder when that clip went viral of him just in the office on a table, like going crazy, like
Yeah.
that whole black men dancing, like you feel good, like they're
Facts.
talking gangster,
Facts.
not even talking, they're living
Living.
gangster, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we ain't judging. You ain't on trial. We love it. But that's one of the moments that you like, yeah. You know, I feel like a
Absolutely.
lot of people tried to recreate the Bobby Smurder moment.
No, that's such a great point. You know what I'm saying? Like when Bobby did that, like I said, the creative part to me, like, you know, cause we from New York, like I used to, you know what I mean? I used to Harlem Shake and Roy Wilkins back in the day, like parties and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? New York, like the dancing part of New York died for a while.
It did.
Niggas
It
wasn't
did.
dancing, niggas was just cool, too thugged out, we just, you know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't dancing. Bobby and them was the first people to come back like, we gangsters, we will shoot you, and we still gonna dance in the party and have fun.
Allegedly.
That's what we ain't, it's not even legend no more. They served their time for what they did, not now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying is like, at that time, it was like, people was making it seem like in New York, like if you dancing, you know, you can't be no thug, you can't whatever. But them niggas was like, what? Like, I'm Bobby coming in here going crazy in there.
Wait,
Niggas
what's
was
the
still-
dance?
Yeah, that's my little Bobby dance, you know what I'm saying?
Bobby.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I was like, that's what I respect, and that's what, like I said, that's the originality, is you're not scared to be yourself. Like, people be scared because of what societies or the culture says this is what we doing. And I love people that go against that, like, you know, that's what y'all doing, and this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what Bobby and them did, so that was a great example. You know, for
Well,
real.
dope. Shout out to Bobby Smurder.
Yeah.
Is there any artist that you're looking at right now that we should be looking at? Or you like, I can't get out of the way
Yeah, I
yet.
can't get out of
They
it.
ain't signed yet.
Listen, A&R's be watching my Twitter for I can't get out of the way. But I would say, you know who I'm super excited about, and I ran this campaign from the very beginning. Blast, R&B guy from the West Coast.
Fire.
One of the hardest albums of the year, and man, like I said, I ran that campaign, and so he signed to Red Bull. I distribute all of Red Bull's music, and I remember when they came to me with the project. You know, it was like, yo, we got this kid out the West, his name's Blast, you know, we're not really sure, you know, what it's gonna be, but it sounds cool. And I listened to it and I was like, you're not sure? This is the hardest fucking R&B thing I heard since Brent Faiyaz. It gave me that feeling, and I was just like, yo, this kid is out of here, you know what I mean? So, shout out to Blast, man. That's one of the people I say, you know, he's new but moving. BLXST, Blast. So, you know, if you're not familiar, get in tune. But Blast is super dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So shout out to Blast.
Yeah.
But going back just a little back, because I don't want to miss nothing. You know,
Yeah.
this is legendary.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch on top of his game right now,
Mm.
and you had the opportunity to work with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. So that was one of my probably like I've done like 110 episodes. And I had a few bad ones, mostly good. A few bad ones that come with the territory. That was wonderful. And the Roddy shit was interesting because, so like, all right, I'll paint this scenario. Like, I'm interviewing Roddy.
Mm-hmm.
This is right as The Box is starting to become the biggest fucking song ever, right? You remember that? Like, The Box was everywhere, right? Was it 2019? End of 2019?
Yeah.
So I think it's probably like November. Box started going crazy in December, so it was really bubbling. And so Roddy's energy to me is already kind of like weird. Like he has
Reserved.
Nah, it's not even just reserves. I met reserved people, but I don't know. He just has a different kind of energy to me. And like I said, his interviews is a lot about energy. You're trying to read somebody's energy and how you ask them questions. So it already started like, you know, when he came in, the energy already felt a little weird to me, but I'm like, you know, whatever, you're gonna do your job. So, you know, we talking, and the interview was like I said, it was just a weird interview, right? And then so it went left, right? Let me tell you where it went left. It was like, most of my questions when I ask artists about like, you know, any questions I ask, majority of the time is from shit that you said in your music. Like I listen to everybody's music. That's where I get my questions from. I listen to your music, and the stuff you say there make me like, oh damn, why did he say that? What is that? It must be a story attached to that. So that's mostly where I get my questions. Now, if you listen to Roddy music, he talk about a lot of street shit, right? Like he say he been in jail, you know what I mean? He talk about lean a lot, pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy, right?
Yeah.
So I asked him about lean. And I was like, yo, why, like, what is it about lean that you love like that? Like, what is it for you? Like, what does it do for you? Is it a coping mechanism? Is it something that helps you create? Like, what is lean for you? And he goes, yo, why are you talking about negative shit? He's like, why you keep talking about negative shit? And I was like, well, I didn't say if it's positive or negative. I'm just talking about shit you say in your music. And then we stared at each other for like 15 seconds with nobody said nothing though. He's just staring at me and I'm staring at him like, and it's quiet, like literally we're staring at each other. And at this point I'm looking, cause I'm like, you know, I'm 6'4", like I'll thrash this kid, right? Like,
Oh my
God. Seriously. So, but I'm just trying to read the energy. Like, is he like, what's the energy? And that's what it is. I didn't know. I'm trying to figure out what's the energy. So I'm just sitting there and we staring at each other, and it was just quiet. Nobody said nothing. It was mad quiet for like at least 15 seconds, and then I was like, "Yo, you want to do the interview or like what we doing?" And he was like, "Nigga, you got more questions to ask?" And then I was like, "All right." So I'm trying to be professional because like I'm not. Bro, that's not
Actually,
my energy.
I do.
Like, you know,
Some questions.
that's
I'm
not my
happy you
energy.
here.
Like, I'm not that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody just disrespect me and talk to me any kind of way. But I'm not no gangster. I'm not that guy that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's not my energy. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to just go forward with the interview. So I try to ask him another question. I forget what I asked him, and then he was just like answering it in a like, and I was just like, you know, we could cut this shit here, my nigga. Like, we could just cut this shit right here.
He didn't have a cigar?
He didn't want to smoke cigars. He was like, nah, I'm not smoking no cigars. So it was just like the energy just got mad weird, and I'm just like, yo, you good? And then he was like, nigga, you good? And I was like, yo, let's just cut this shit. Let's just cut. So we go and we walk off, and now his security is feeling a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying, now it's just me and my cameraman, I got two other guys that roll with me, so the energy was just real, like, what we about to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just weird for me because I'm like, I'm not on that time, man. Like, I ain't trying to be, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know, now at this point I'm looking, so all of this is happening, right? Like, it's crazy. And I'm just sitting here like, this is going to be so viral. Like, that's the only thing I'm thinking.
Oh, the cameras
It
are
was
still rolling.
everything rolling. I got all the footage. And I'm sitting here like, this is so viral. I'm out of here when this is out. So now, you know, everything happens. They leave. I'm watching the footage. I'm like, nigga, we out of here, bro. We about to. So, you know, because the way the game works, if artists get frustrated and they start wilding, everybody loves to see shit like that. It's all go viral. Yeah. So I'm about to put it out the next week. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, we about to put this out. It's going to go crazy.
PR here.
I get a call from Atlantic Records.
Knew it.
If you put this out, we're going to sue you.
Oh,
We're gonna sue. They was talking crazy, like, sue. And at this point, I'm like, one, I told you I just started making money. I ain't got no money like that. What you gonna sue me for? You ain't gonna get shit. Yeah, you gonna sue me for what? Nigga, couple grand, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money like that. So whatever.
about 2,000.
Yeah, you mean? So I told them, I'm like, yo, listen, you could sue me. We could do all of that, but I'm like, it's gonna hurt y'all more than it's gonna hurt me. Y'all not gonna get no real money from suing me, and if this comes out, it's gonna make him look bad. So I was like, what we could do if y'all really don't want me to put this out. So we do what we had to
Not
do.
me.
Being
professional goes a long way.
That was that, but it was a crazy episode though.
Yeah.
But so I'm a man of my word. Like I said, I still got the footage though.
As soon as we cut on the low ski, I need
We
to
see that footage? Yeah. I still got the footage, but I'm a man of my word, so nobody's up, never gonna come out, never gonna see the light of day. But you get crazy episodes sometimes with artists, man, and you just you never know how it's gonna go.
Damn.
That's crazy in itself, because here on Culture Reset, we like to do this segment. And since we got you here, media mogul,
Yeah.
it seemed like with the Roddy Ricch situation, you didn't know what was happening. And that only makes me think of when Kanye said, Sway, you do not have the answers.
Man.
Would you consider that one of the top 5 media moments?
Absolutely.
We need to know.
Absolutely. Like, not That interview is so fucking legendary. Like, I've literally watched that, and I can recite that whole portion word for word because I watched it so much. But it was like, what made that interview dope in such a crazy moment is like, one is, everybody know Ye, you never know with Ye, right? Sometimes he might spaz on you, sometimes he be cool, right? So you never know. But the dynamic was, Sway is his man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not like this is just a nigga that I don't know and whatever. The Sway is saying, like, I bought Kanye his first TV, like shit like that, right? So what made that interview so dope to me, and I think a lot of people think, Kanye's crazy and, you know what I'm saying, like, he be wilding. To me personally, I think a lot of what he's saying is truth. I think the way he words it sometimes be a little wacky, but a lot of what he's saying is so real. So what made Kanye, what was so dope to me, like, the engagement of the interview was like, Sway was telling Kanye, like, yo, you be getting frustrated at these fashion niggas, why don't you just start your own thing?
It's not that easy.
Right? And then Kanye was just
sometimes,
like, I spent 13 million of my own dollars trying to da-da-da-da-da. And so it's just the energy of like somebody being in a position where it's like, I'm doing this, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, and then another person like, nah, this is how you could do it, da-da-da. And you just see that energy of friction. So when Kanye was just like, nigga, you ain't got the answers, like, don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? I think that was one of the greatest media moments of all time, because that's just a raw energy feeling from two people that know each other and they cool, but they just had a moment on camera. So that was definitely one of my favorite media moments for sure.
So what's Naji's top 5 greatest hip hop media moments of all time?
Man, top 5. Damn. So Kanye's definitely in there. I don't know if I got an order, but I'm gonna give you 5 of them.
Okay.
So that's one of them. I say the other one. I mean, Birdman got to be in there.
Oh man,
Birdman Breakfast
that was
got to be.
What do you say? All trio.
I'm talking about
All trio.
That that has to be in there.
How
right?
long
Like,
was he in there?
2 minutes.
He was
maybe?
in and out.
It was more. It was less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like 60 seconds.
I don't even think the interview started, because remember, like, they peeped his energy, and Andrew was like, yo, roll the canvas. Right? But he said, before we kick this shit off.
Right. That's what made it so ill, because Birdman came with a mission, right? Like, he didn't come to interview. He said, look, I just wanted to look you in your eyes and tell you, as a man, stop playing with my fucking name. And I was like,
all my life I had to fight.
Stop playing with my name. You know what I'm saying? And just me as a, you know what I'm saying, in media, because, like, we in a social age where, like, people will just tweet you with wild ass shit. Like, I get Twitter haters. I think it's funny. It don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you get Twitter haters and this and that. And sometimes you gotta tell them, stop playing with my name, bro. Like, stop playing with my fucking name. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder where did he travel from? Like, how long? Like, were you like in LA and you travel? Like, 'cause that's a 6-hour flight.
Just to come and tell a nigga that stop
That
playing with my
means
name.
he
Right?
meant that. That has to be
First class
added.
to tell you, stop playing with my name.
That has to be added to one of the top 5 moments.
That was legendary. Breakfast Club, man, they got so many legendary moments. I would say another one of my favorites, and I don't know if it was as viral, but it was like a crazy media moment for me, was the Uzi and Ebro interview on Hot 97. Yeah. That one so that was the beginning, right? That might have been like, what was that, 2012, 13, something like that, I don't remember, but this was when, the culture started shifting from like where the new wave started taking off. And so we was at this, like, bridging the gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bridging the gap. We at this point where it's like the old heads and the OGs that are the gatekeepers of today are like, this is the way music is supposed to be done, and this is the way rap music goes. And then you got these young kids that are like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. We not doing that. This is what we doing over here. So Ebro was like telling Uzi, like, yo, it's gonna be hard for you in a couple years, like, rap on these beats. And Uzi was talking to Ebro like, I'm a fucking rock star. I'm not rapping on this.
I'm a fucking rock star.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I look like rapping on these beats? Mm-hmm. And that interaction of just like the old man trying to like dictate to the young guy, and the young guy telling you like, I don't give a fuck about none of that OG shit that you talking about. It's my time. That was one of the greatest moments, because that was a pivotal time, right? Where I think we understood as a culture that whether you like it or not, the new wave of rap is moving in a different direction. You don't gotta like it, you don't gotta accept it, you don't gotta say like niggas is rap and this and that. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, this is what's happening. And I think that interview was really the epicenter of like that moment where we discovered like, yo, music is moving in a different direction and you could accept it or not. So that was one of my favorite joints, that one.
That also took Uzi believing in himself. Sometimes all you gotta do is believe in yourself.
That's a fact.
Because he's still here.
And he was like, yo, Ebro said, I think, he was like, yo, you might not be here the next, and it was like, what? You know who I, like that level of confidence?
If he hasn't already, Culture Reset might get that Uzi apology from Ebro.
Woo!
Ebro, you gonna
Ebro
watch
owe
this?
him an apology.
You gonna watch this?
Ebro owes Uzi an apology for that interview. That was that was a great moment.
So that's 3.
That's 3. I would say 4 and 5. Probably I gotta go with probably the Ray J Fab joint.
I was just thinking.
The Ray J Fab.
I was just thinking
That was too crazy. Like, first of all, let's be honest. The Ray J, that's what made Breakfast Club. Like, they was already like a good show, but they wasn't like the top dogs until that happened, right? And what made that so ill to me was like authentic moments is what makes interviews ill.
Right.
It's like ain't nobody like clout chasing or just saying shit. Like, we just saying authentically what we feel, and people relate to that. And Ray J was so fucked up, like when he was talking, but he started going like, nigga, we got an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. I got booty goons. I was like, yo, this nigga is wildin'. So, you know, I thought that one
And
was...
Fab is just calm. Like, we don't, Fab,
man.
Fab could get like that, but it's just like...
I remember watching an interview with Vince Staples. And before the interview, I was like, nah, Fab. Like, I'm from New York, so I'm going to always pick Fab over, like, Ray J. But Vince was just like, I don't know, man, since the interview, what has Fab done? He was like, Ray J ruined Fab, essentially. And he was like, Ray J ruined
Hell
Fab.
no!
But then he was like, what has Fab done since the interview? And I was like, oh, fuck.
Nah, hell no.
Vince
Fab
brought up a lot of good points.
Vince brought up a lot.
I don't think so. I don't agree, but I gotta see that though.
Fab is one of them. He could drop a mixtape right now and it's gonna go crazy.
That's what made it ill.
And he showed love to the youth.
Hell
Like,
yeah,
you can't,
yeah, yeah.
like, Fab is one of them. Like,
But that made what was ill about that, because Fab was, Fab and Street Fam, like,
they outside.
They go in. Like, if it's a problem, they're gonna handle it. But Fab was like, his energy was like, is this guy
Is this
serious?
really
He didn't
happening?
know. Like, that's what made it cool to me, because Fab was trying to figure out, like, should I crash on him? Or is it like, is he joking? Is he wilding?
Remember Fab tweeted, he was like, Brandy's brother?
That's what I'm saying.
It sucks. All the
was
work
crazy.
Ray J put in, we still are saying
Yeah.
Brandy's brother. Thank
That's
God they're
funny.
close, so he doesn't
Man,
mind.
shout out to Ray J, man. That was crazy.
Classic movie.
I'm thinking of one, but what's your last one?
Thinking of one? Damn, I'm trying to think. Last.
I like when Monique was
What's
like Leonard.
Oh, Monique
Leonard.
digging on Charlamagne.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you know what?
Not Charlamagne, Leonard.
Leonard.
Leonard. I don't know, that's just funny. Like, in the sense, because you gave a black woman, an actress, a successful woman, Donkey of the Day,
Yeah.
which you give out to the, sometimes people need it, but you was unable to tell this woman why you gave her Donkey of the Day.
Right.
That was the first time someone asked, why you gave me Donkey of the Day, brother? Leonard.
Leonard. Yeah.
So I think that was
a good one. That's up there. That was definitely
That's
up
up
there.
there.
I would say maybe my last.
that could be a bonus.
It probably gotta be another Breakfast Club, because they,
Yeah.
They go crazy.
they go crazy. But I'm gonna say, the Dame was cool. Yeah, I like the Dame.
You wanna
Dame with
say-
Envy, that was crazy. I'm tossing up between the Beanie Siegel interview or the Fredro Starr interview. It was either the Beanie or the Fredro Starr.
You might
'cause
gotta do the Fredro Starr.
when Fredro Starr was like, yo, do your Googles, B. I've been saying do your Googles ever since that came out. I be telling you, like, do your Googles, bro.
That
Like,
Beanie one though, play with something safe. Don't play with
what?
It was
Dang!
crazy.
What made the Beanie one so funny to me was like, he talking to Charlamagne, and Charlamagne's asking questions, and Beanie's is like, you're not qualified to talk about this. You're not even qualified to ask me this. And it was just like, the interaction between, and that's what made the Birdman shit hot, right? Was like the interaction between street guy and media guy. Like when you kind of put those things together, it always, because those two worlds are so entirely different, right? Like the way you perceive things, the way that you interact, the way you respond to things. And Charlamagne is good in conflict. Like, it's not, a lot of interviewers, like, in conflict, some people don't know how to handle that. Charlamagne's a pro in the sense that when there's conflict, he'll match the levels, you know what I'm saying? So,
But
I would
he'll
say
match
that
it
was a
to
good
where
one.
the way Charlamagne, to me, when he matches it, it's just like, it kind of makes you be like, why am I talking to him like that? Because Charlamagne, you want to talk about it? Like, he makes you feel like, why am I being this rowdy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, remember, because he told Birdman, like that, you ain't talk to Ross and Trick Daddy like that. That's what made it. It was like, oh my God, Birdman is wilding right now. Because, like, Birdman is, and I ain't gonna say, Birdman don't play.
Yeah.
That's not a real, he's not somebody that you could play with like that. He's really like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for Charlamagne to go and still, like, why you ain't pull up on Ross like that? You know what I'm saying? So I would say maybe, probably the Beanie Siegel one. Now, that Beanie one was crazy.
That Beanie one was crazy.
But we listen, we don't want no smoke. We here for the culture. You
Facts.
can't not add Soulja Boy.
Oh, Big Soulja?
Right.
Big Soulja?
Like, you can't not add him.
I love
We gotta put a star. next
But
to
just
that.
for the
Like,
star?
It's for the star. He gotta be added because he started everything. He started everything.
Man, I love Big Soulja. All his interviews. I love Big Soulja interviews. Like, even the, shout out to Wayne on the Desk and Academics when they did the, what was that? I forgot the name. What's the name of that show? The,
Everyday Struggle.
Everyday Struggle. Soulja was on there just wilding. Like,
Oh man.
he was on there wilding. So I love Soulja Boy, man.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah.
One more honorable. One more honorable.
Yeah, what y'all thinking?
Migos versus Joe Budden.
Do it
Migos
look like I'm
versus
left
Joe-
off bad and bougie?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was huge.
Okay,
The Migos
okay,
jump.
yeah. The ill part about that whole shit was everyone had a different reaction to the situation. Like, Joe was mad and frustrated, like, you know what, I'm out of here. Academics was scared, like, oh my God, like, what's going on? The desk is just like, what? What? And then, like, you see, so that was the cast, and then you got all the Migos was on a different type of time too,
They was
right?
on different
So
type of time at
Quavo
the
was
same
like,
time.
Quavo was like, what's up? What we doing? And then Offset was just ready, like he's like unbuttoning his shit, and Takeover just sitting there chilling, like these niggas just I don't even. So everybody's reaction to the same moment was just so different, and I think that's kind of what makes something super dope to me. Like
I got a personal favorite. 50 versus Cam.
Aw.
Curtis.
oh my
Curtis. That was a moment for me. Like
it's certain ones where it's like, cause like media is like there's the wrestling part of media, whereas it's like niggas is talking and saying shit because they just trying to hype shit up. But then there's
Some
ones
thin
where it's like that,
ropes.
like this could go really left.
Yeah.
This is not just media now.
Yeah.
And that's one of those times where I was like, this might not just be media now. You know what I'm saying? Like that 50 Cam where he Curtis, like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, what else you got, dude?
Listen, as long as we add Soulja Boy up there, I'm
Yeah,
straight.
good,
Like,
yeah.
as long as we add
Soulja-
Soulja up, I'm
Big
straight
Soulja,
with it.
yeah.
So it's safe to say the
Legendary.
media world is kind of crazy.
Nah,
It's
super
kind of crazy, so you have to find like your true balance. Like, I don't want to cross this line, but I need to touch the line. I need to walk the
You
tightrope.
gotta walk the tightrope. Absolutely. Nah, it's a delicate balance because some people clout chase. That's certain people they cool with that. Like we just gonna clout chase to get a moment. That's not my thing. But to each his own. But at the same time, you can't ignore shit, right? Like when we all see a moment and we gotta address it. I ain't gonna act like it didn't happen.
Right.
You feel me? So
It's just about, I guess, the way that you ask.
exactly. That's how I think so. Nah, that was a good moment. But shit, I gotta throw my Nicki one in there. Purdue, check it out. Come on, man. I'm viral everywhere. So this.
That went
that's
viral though.
shit.
That went
What?
viral.
Man.
I wonder what was the sales on Purdue.
Was the crazy part about that one was sucked to me. It was like because Apple is such a big entity and their rules is super strict. So we couldn't record. I couldn't record that. It was audio.
Wow.
So it was like this audio is viral on every website. Like, you know how there's certain days where it's like there's one topic that everybody on the internet is talking about for the day. Like, this is the topic for the day. So it's like, I won the day. I'm like, I'm the nigga for the day. But because of no video, nobody knew it was me. I was like, oh my God.
Man.
I was like, I'm the most viral nigga that no one knows. It's
That's
so
funny.
crazy. So
That sucks.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that
It's
sucks.
crazy. Yeah,
But it was dope having you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate
We
being
learned
here.
a few things, you know.
Yeah.
Artists holla at me. You know, I know some people these days.
You know, not for real. Listen, man, I find shit from everywhere. I don't, you know, if your shit hot, you never know, man. It's like I said, you just never. Life could change. You never know. Put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? So.
And are you accepting music from artists that's watching right now?
Always.
Yeah, sick.
Always. I listen to crazy. I get so much music, so like I probably won't respond to you unless I actually like it. You know what I mean? But send it through. I listen to everything. I listen to people. You know, I listen to shit that people would think like, oh, he not gonna listen. I listen to a lot of music. You know what I mean? So you never know. Just put yourself out there.
Wait, one thing. For artists, right? For a new artist, like, you ever fall into a space where you like the artist, and then they throw a feature on it, and it's just like, bro, why you put that feature on it? Now I can't do nothing with the song, cause you put the feature on it.
Yes, and I ain't gonna say a name because I don't wanna.
Yeah, we don't want to
I ain't gonna
insult
say no
anyone.
name. Yeah, I ain't gonna say no names, but yes, that does happen sometimes where you know. You might have a dope song with a feature on it. And I'm like, you could have did this on your own. Like, you ain't need that. And the other thing I'll say about the artist is, it ain't just the artist for me. I look at the team, cause I've also been around super dope talent, and if you don't got a good team, that's not enough to sustain a longevity in this business, right? Like you can have an artist that's super fucking dope. Like you got the skills to be a star, but you ain't got the team to be a star. And you need a team to be a star. Facts. Like I said, I'm telling you, somebody. I work at Sony. I ain't gonna say a bunch of names, but I work with big artists. I work with smaller artists. Everyone who I work with, the team is such a crucial part to the success. So you know, that being said, you build your team. Like you know, the people that you know and the people that believe in you, you need a team. And that's my main. You know, that's my other thing that I look at outside of just the talent portion is. Who's your team? Who fucking with you? Like, you know, what are they doing around you? The people around you. So, you know, build the team. Like, that shit is overrated to me. Like, I did it myself. Self-made. Fuck self-made. Fuck self-made. You need people around you to help really cultivate something at a large level. You could do self-made shit all you want by yourself. You're not going to grow unless you get a team.
Right.
So that's my other thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, make sure your team is right.
Okay, that's a good way for you to. That's how Naji resets the culture.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
I appreciate you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming, Viral.
You know what I mean?
Naji.
Yeah.
And we're out.
Yeah.